and welcome to another edition of Gambler Anonymous, episode number 10, of 2016. This week, odd odds. How to stop a rod. Obviously the results have been going very much against me over the past week, but it is important to note that it has only been a week of poor results. Looking back over my recorded results has helped put this poor run into perspective, and even though it looks terrible, it still isn't as bad as I thought it was. Had I had no results to look back on, I probably would have not been aware of this and would have thought I was in worse shape than I actually am, and may even have been tempted to chase losses, increase stakes, or overbet. The usual sins. I did actually go in twice with Real Madrid on Wednesday when they went 2 goals down to Wolfsburg, and this was a mistake knowing how well Wolfsburg are currently doing, having tipped them on numerous occasions this season. The odds on Real Madrid were too good to turn down for me though, and I ended up getting on at 2.62 and 6.00. After Dortmund failed to see off Liverpool and Hertha Berlin couldn't put Hannover away, I began looking into the odds of my selections. I had noticed for a few days that the better odds I was getting weren't always paying off, so decided to investigate them further. Obviously, the greater the odds, the less likely the outcome, but having done the analysis, it can be seen clearly that the greater odds have been anything but profitable for me. In fact, until tipping Juventus last weekend, there was no wins above odds of 3.00. So despite these odds offering seemingly good value, looking at the hit rate on them shows the value of these odds seem to diminish somewhat as the return takes longer. For example, if you have odds of 2.00 you would win 5 out of 10 bets, but if you had odds of 3.00 you would only win 3.33 out of every 10 bets. Therefore it would take longer to make a return. Greater odds equals less hit rate. Less hit rate equals less compounding. And compounding is the best way to increase profits. All compounding is reinvesting the profits you make to increase return. If you don't reinvest, you will just earn a base rate level, but if you reinvest, you will increase your return exponentially. For example, you may make 20% return over the long run, but if you only ever make 20% on a level stake, you will only ever make 20% on every bet. Whereas if you reinvest it, you will make 20% on £100, and then 20% on £200 and 20% on £400, and so on. I will go into further detail on this as another video. When looking at my current ROI, or return on investment, I can see that it seems atrocious, but looking at my average odds and my current hit rate, I can work out that it will be positive in the long run. My current hit rate of 37.313% times my current average odds of 3.022 equals 112.759. This as a percentage is 12.759%, which is a really healthy profit and can be compounded for a very powerful effect. Einstein, on being asked what he considered the most powerful force in the universe to be, answered, compound interest. So my current stats are extremely misleading if you don't understand what you are looking at. Hopefully from now on I will be able to take lesser odds and a higher hit rate that will result in profit that I can then compound and start earning some serious returns. Saturday proved very profitable for me with a whopping 145% daily ROI. If we look at the winners from that day, 4 out of 5 of them were from odds in the 2.00 to 3.00 category. Sunday was a little frustrating as Leicester scored just as I was getting ready to tip them against Sunderland, and then Tottenham against Manchester United was a coin toss up until the 70th minute. I had picked Tottenham before kickoff, but the game was anything but a dead cert, so I couldn't realistically tip them with any real conviction. The Shakhtar Donetsk tip was a real disappointment, with them having a goal disallowed for offside, but the player was coming from an offside position and didn't interfere with play, so the goal should have stood. Whether Shakhtar would have held on after this would be difficult to say, as they did seem gung-ho in their approach and left themselves vulnerable to the counter-attack, which proved fatal, with Stahl equalizing in the final minute of stoppage time, and yet another loss outside the 2.00 to 3.00 odds bracket. Porto could have won against Bucharest de Ferreira after the Shakhtar game, but this was maybe a bet trying to recuperate the Shakhtar loss and should probably have not been made. A Roma tip on Monday proved disappointing, as they probably should have won against Bologna, and leaves me back on the downward spiral. But with my analysis done, and a new perspective thanks to my records, I can now look to focusing on the profitable areas and eventually turning profit, which may take me until the European Championships or even after to do. But if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. Perseverance. As ever, be sure to follow on Twitter at Gamblonymous for all the latest in-play tips and updates. Please like the Gambler Anonymous Facebook page and +1 the Gambler Anonymous Google Plus page to make sure you never miss a post and receive the latest advice. Hit the subscribe button here to help support the Gambler Anonymous YouTube channel. That lets me know that you're interested in the content so that I will keep posting. Also feel free to leave a comment and remember to hit that like button. And be sure to sign up on the Gambler Anonymous website for extra content, updates and notifications of the latest upcoming posts. As always, gamble responsibly, as to not, is to lose. Thank you for watching and see you in the next episode.
Invest in the game.